What's up? So, just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that and actually my mom helped me with this too, today, discovered in digging up some facts and information on a little bit of what happened today, okay, and some of the players that were involved. So as a lot of you know, I've done some lives on Elon Musk and Tesla and their whole relation with their numerology charts and all of that. Additionally, just certain happenings in politics and in the world, so on and so forth. So we had a really, really crazy day today. Some of you may know I'm involved in trading in stocks and stuff like that. Just started it a few months ago and have been learning a lot. And I actually was a part of that WSB Discord group that got taken down today, or Reddit, whichever you were on. And so got to experience that firsthand with a bunch of my Discord buddies. And let me tell you, it was a day for the records for sure. So what I wanted to talk about specifically was how this relates and what exactly happened and how it goes a little bit deeper than what the news is talking about, right? So for those of you who don't understand what happened just on a general level, essentially today, the little guy, which would be like me, like retail investors, just individuals trying to invest and make money in the stock market, we basically took a lot of power back from the elites today. Specifically, a lot of political elites and the CCP. How do I know this? Because I know that that AMC is actually owned by the CCP. So there's a couple of connections. If you've been following Elon Musk's Twitter, he has talked about, obviously he had the memes of the AMC on there, and that's a big part of why the SEC had a complaint and why he had a whole case that he was dealing with the SEC as well as Twitter. They're literally trying to shut him up as well. So that says a lot about exactly what's going on. If we break down the day, essentially what happened at the opening of the market today, there was, it just went absolutely insane. All of our exchanges were just glitchy as all heck all day long. But especially at the beginning of the day, of course, that's, very common time for stocks to be, coming in very high. People are trading like crazy, wanting to sell some of their options and capitalize before they go down. That's typically the trend of the day. Okay. So highs in the morning, then you have your dips, your buybacks during the dips, and then like the lunch rushes and all of that. And then, or actually it's the lunch lows. Everybody's at lunch and then they come back and there's kind of a little bit of a bump in the stocks again generally. And then you kind of even out at the end of the day, so to speak. But today, what happened was a complete meltdown of the systems, Discord, the exchanges, and it was so significant. I think they said 13,000, I think Fox reported 13,000% that GameStop was up 13,000%. That's incredible gains. So a lot of little people made a crap ton of money in the past couple of days, but especially today. Now, how does this relate to Elon? How does this go, deeper? And what does that all mean? It's kind of a big picture, and I've been doing a lot of digging. So forgive the ADD kind of putting, connecting the dots here, but this is what I've been able to dig up, okay? Essentially, Elon made these tweets, right? He had tweeted about AMC, he had tweeted about GameStop, I believe Etsy, and there was a couple of others. And these stocks just went crazy, okay? They went crazy today. So much so that literally the exchanges halted AMC. Like we could not buy any options I think above the $9 mark for AMC today. It wasn't even an hour into the market day, and then we couldn't buy any more options. At least I couldn't. And my Discord continued to glitch all day long on my phone as well as my laptop. And I could just tell that there was just an enormous amount of information and activity going on. Again, so much that it literally took down a lot of this technology and the servers and such. So what's really interesting about this, at the end of the day today, I'm trying to do some numerology. I'm trying to connect some dots, as I always do. And my mom comes in, and she had explained to me that she was asking me, what's going on with the market and all of that. And I was explaining that to her and talking to her about Elon. She brings up a song by Elton John. And the song is called Levon, Levon. And she goes into detail as to the lyrics of this song, which is just, I would encourage everybody to look up the lyrics to this song, Levon. It's just incredibly telling and kind of eerie, especially because it was written back in the 70s by a man named Bernie Taupin, who was, I guess, also rumored or suspected to be the, I forget what they call that name of an author, like just the author's kind of fake pseudonym, which is Alvin Tostig. Alvin Tostig in the 70s, and I believe in the 80s, wrote several different books. One of them was called Future Shock. And this book is about a time that would come in the future when the technology and the data would be so significant, so much data at once, that it would literally break the technologies, right? And the other book that I found very interesting was called hold on here. Sorry guys. Power Shift. Power Shift, Knowledge, Wealth, and Violence at the Edge of the 21st Century. When you put this together and you start to look at what Elon is about, right? Okay, what this song, Levon, what the lyrics are about. And again, go look up those lyrics. It's really, really telling. And then you take a look at things that most people don't take a look at, such as numerology, people's numerology, which is, of course, what I'm super passionate about. Then you start being able to connect a lot of these dots, okay? And for the numerology, I had done a couple of weeks ago, the numerology of Elon Musk and Tesla on my Instagram. And incredibly telling. The numerology for Nikola Tesla, obviously the relation in the name there, we just think it's a name, right? Well, it goes far, far deeper than that. The numerology of Tesla is as follows: 111174. Elon Musk's is 713111. So we have the duplication of those two ones and the two 11s, and then we also have that shared 7 in different placements of the chart, right? And knowing the placements and what each one means, it absolutely speaks to me as to why Elon would pick Tesla to be his main name. It gets to the point where and then you start to put together this song with Elton John and the writer of that and the books that he supposedly wrote and what they were about. And it's almost like they were telling the future with this. As we all know, Elon is a man that has been giving back to the people. I mean, he did a contest with Tesla. They were just giving away Bitcoins, like full on, like 5 Bitcoins to each person or something, and Ethereum. And, you know, just giving back to the people. And that's essentially what happened today, guys. Okay. So it was this WSB Reddit Discord, right? That's the little people, right? But it's also, this was headed up by Elon, okay? Because Elon was the one tweeting out and giving these quote unquote signals, right? And look what happened afterwards. We literally crashed it to the point where they halted the trading for these stocks. Now, what recently just happened, very similar in fashion, obviously would have been the election. On election night, we had all this data flowing, and then in the middle of the night, certain states just stopped. They just stopped counting for whatever reason, okay? And in the reports, one of the reports on the news that I saw today for what happened today, this was, they were saying, oh, until we could do an investigation and figure out what's going on and make sure that it's all legal. So wait a minute, you're telling me that these hedge funders, these short sellers who do this, they prey and they eat off the backs of we the people, the little guy. They do this daily. They have whole hedge fund companies set up for that. And a lot of them, a lot of elite, a lot of the wealthy, that's how the wealthy, the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, as we say. So this is exactly what happened. If you look back at Elon's Twitter, there have been several tweets that he's sent in the past several weeks. One of them was a low-key kind of threat to big tech on the West Coast. And as you know, a lot of Elon's tweets are very, very, very vague or ambiguous. You have to kind of read into them. And so that's, when you look at it a little bit deeper, then it starts to make sense. But essentially, that's what happened today. Elon just gave the middle finger to the elite, to the CCP, and to the whales, to the swine, the hedge funders, the short sellers that normally take our money. And he used the Discord and the Reddit WSB group to be able to give the money and the power back to the people. It is absolutely incredible what happened today. And to be a part of it and see it happen in real time, it just kind of blew my mind at the end of the day. Hence my interest in talking about this and going deeper with it. It's incredibly telling. As we all know, that's exactly what Nikola Tesla's, aim was. He died a poor man, completely broke, and he had the technologies for free energy, for the death ray, for supposedly time travel, if you believe in that sort of thing, et cetera, right? And of course, the government and the CIA and all of that wanted to take all of that information. And if you know a little bit more of that history of who he gave that information to, who was a professor at MIT at the time, go ahead and look into that. I'm not going to talk about it in specifics right now, but look into that. The professor at MIT that Tesla's studies and paperwork and all of that was given to. And it starts to build a much bigger picture as to what's going on. Today, Elon Musk helped the little guy take the power back. This is just such a cool thing. It's such a great thing. Now, as I heard one of the news reports say, they are going to be attacking. They have been attacking free speech. I mean, you don't even have to be politically one way or another sometimes and get banned or get censored from Twitter or Facebook or what have you. They're just, I mean, if you don't agree with what they're saying, they're just going to take you down. They're going to censor you and limit you no matter what. So we really got to take a look at that and acknowledge it as such, right? Okay, so another interesting fact that my mom brought up was Elon in the Bible. The name for Elon in the Bible, he was the 11th judge in Israel. There again, we have that 11, that master, that divine intuitive and divine connection right there, the master intuitive. So a tremendous amount of connections as to what's going on with the same aim that Tesla had to give back to we the people. All right, give us our freedom, give us, give us abundance and allow us to live in abundance and freedom. All right. So that's exactly what happened today, guys, in a little bit deeper terms than the news is going to talk about. Like I said, I would encourage you to go ahead and look into that song and look into a lot more of Elon's tweets. I think that we're going to start to see, as long as he's not deplatformed, we're going to start to see this happening more often. We, the people, need to figure out another way to be able to to keep this going without being censored. I know right now they do have, I actually bought one myself. It's a blockchain URL website. And you can go, I actually have a link tree, and if you're on my Instagram, you can go there. And that's where you can buy your own blockchain, uncensored, unhackable URL website. And just waiting for somebody to put the first Facebook up there, the first Twitter up there. It is the wild, wild west right now, in the quantum world, so to speak. And it's primed for the takeover. So I would encourage all of you to look into that. There's tremendous amount of opportunity and growth in that direction. And we need to start building and speaking on platforms that are not going to be censored, that are not going to be taken down. Because I can almost guarantee you they're going to figure out some way to shut Elon up. They're going to figure out some way to, I know that they took that Discord group down. So it wasn't even noon. I think they took it down. But yeah, so that's what's going on, and I was pretty excited to be a part of it and to see it, because it really kind of just blew my mind, knowing what I do about Tesla, knowing what I do about Elon, and then Mom kind of coming in with a couple of extra really cool connections there that I didn't even know about. I'd never heard that song, but again, go check into it. It's called Leave On. Talking about how he has a lot of money and he parks his car near the motorway, and there's, again, just incredible connections in the lyrics to that song. So go check that out, guys, okay? I think that's pretty much it. All I wanted to say. Just look into it. It's really, really interesting stuff. Of course, if anybody has any questions, feel free to hit me up on Red Leaf Oracle on Instagram, also on YouTube, Rothy Reads Numbers, and yeah, so that's it. I hope everybody has a good night. And as far as we heard for our holding stocks, I think Nokia, Apple, BB, those are still going to go to the moon. Oh, and then I also saw several tweets along Elon's Twitter today talking about XRP going tomorrow. I can't confirm this. I didn't expect this. I thought maybe summertime best, but we do have 129 on Friday. And considering the day that we had today, I would not at all be surprised if crypto just does something insane tomorrow. And I would love to see XRP finally get out of this like hole that it's been in for a couple of months now. All right, I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm so tired, and today just like completely took it out of me, but I was happy to be a part of it. Thank you so much to La Familia, my Discord group. They're awesome, amazing, brilliant trader people, and I'm learning a crap ton from them. So had a lot of fun doing it, and I appreciate you guys. So thanks for tuning in. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up, okay? Thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye.